Hi, and welcome to Costco Cuisine, where I eat my way through Costco for you. Today I'm going to be reviewing two kinds of cookies from the Costco bakery section. I'm going to be reviewing the Costco Kirkland Signature Raspberry Crumble cookies, as well as I'm going to be reviewing the Costco Kirkland Signature Ginger cookies. You can buy the Raspberry Crumble cookies for $9.99 Canadian, and you get 12 cookies in the pack. They're quite a bit bigger than the ginger cookies, so that might be why there's only 12 in there. The ginger cookies are $7.99 Canadian, and you get 24 cookies in a pack, which is quite a few cookies. The best before date on both the Raspberry Crumble cookies as well as the ginger cookies is 5 days from the date that they were packaged on. I have frozen both these cookies many times and they freeze really well. You can choose to either put them in a Ziploc bag and store them in your freezer, or if you're like me, you might just want to put the whole container in the freezer and they freeze just fine. They thaw really well and they taste just the same when they come out of the freezer. Now I'm going to open up my packs of cookies, put them on a plate, and take a taste of each of them. I have my ginger cookie and my raspberry crumble cookie on a plate, and I'm going to try them both. I have tried them many times before, so they aren't new to me, but I'm going to give you my review of how they taste. So I'm going to start with the ginger cookie. Just to start with, you can notice that it has a bunch of sugar on the top coating it, as well as a little bit on the bottom. Kind of like a crystallized sugar, so that is probably going to add a little bit of sweetness. Texture-wise, it's quite soft in the center, but the edges are definitely feel crisp. But I will taste it to tell you. So you definitely taste the ginger. It's not a strong ginger cookie. My grandma used to make ginger cookies that were very strong with lots of molasses. These are more like a sweet ginger cookie. They are quite sweet, but they're delicious. The texture is definitely soft, chewy, and a little bit crisp on the outside, which I personally like. I don't really like super hard cookies. Very delicious. They taste like ginger. They taste like the Christmas season. They just kind of like warm you up and, make you feel good when you eat them. Now I'm going to try the raspberry crumble cookies. These look very pretty. You can see that on the top there's powdered sugar, and then there's the raspberry jam, and they're quite thick. So I'm going to try and take a taste of the middle so that I get a little bit of everything. They're so good. They're like a butter shortbread that's like soft and crumbly, but still kind of like crisp on the outside, still gives you that nice crunch. The jam in the middle is raspberry, and it just reminds me of, it's not exactly natural tasting, but it's a really good artificial tasting raspberry jam in the middle. Kind of reminds me of some candies that I've had in the past or something like that. The powdered sugar on top just adds some extra sweetness. Overall, they're very indulgent. They taste very rich and like very delicious. So if you like raspberry and you like shortbread cookies, these are like a butter shortbread with raspberry filling in the center, and they would go amazingly well with like a tea or a coffee. When you make cookies from home, you know exactly what's going in them, and generally it's a few ingredients like flour, sugar, butter, eggs. And I looked at both the ingredients list for the raspberry crumble cookies and the ginger cookies. The ginger cookies actually have fewer ingredients listed, while the raspberry crumble cookies have quite a long ingredients list. Both the cookies have ingredients that people, generally aren't fans of, such as palm oil and some chemical sounding ingredients. But overall, the ingredients lists aren't that bad. They also contain allergens that people sometimes need to watch out for, such as dairy, eggs, soy, and wheat. I'm going to talk about the nutrition facts for the cookies now. They're actually not listed on the packaging, but I got them directly from Costco. For the ginger cookies, one cookie has 220 calories, 7 grams of fat, 170 milligrams of sodium, 36 grams of carbohydrates, 20 grams of sugar, 2 grams of protein, and 1 gram of fiber. In one Costco raspberry crumble cookie, there are 340 calories, 19 grams of fat, 40 grams of carbohydrates, 21 grams of sugar, 95 milligrams of sodium, and 1 gram of fiber. I'm doing this review for the Costco ginger cookies and raspberry crumble cookies around the holiday season, and both these cookies seem very Christmassy to me. The raspberry crumble cookies I have seen at other times during the year at Costco. I really like the ginger cookies. I find them a little bit sweet, so I'd say they're more sweet than spicy, but overall I really like them and I have no problem finishing my box. And the raspberry crumble cookies are like a delicious, decadent, indulgent butter shortbread with a really good jam filling, some nice powdered sugar on top, and they're just kind of like to die for. So both of these items are a must-buy item from Costco, in my opinion. I've also done a review for the Costco Kirkland Signature Chocolate Lovers Cookie Pack, so if you'd like to watch that review, click on the link beside me. That's it for my review of the Costco Kirkland Signature Ginger Cookies and Raspberry Crumble Cookies. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you'd like to see more Costco food reviews, visit my blog, costcuisine.com. You can find me on social media by searching Cost Cuisine on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned as I keep eating my way through Costco for you.